Here again. Interesting draft, I'd say.
Interesting.
And, it's me, Naisu, and Miracle once again to bring you game number 2 here. And they talked about how the dynamics of these teams when it comes to drafting before we got to the match, this speaks volumes here.
Yeah, but also, there's going to be a crazy change, by the way. You guys will find out in the game because we're not going to reveal it to you just yet. But don't worry, Naisu, take us to the land of Dawn, baby.
Well, we're jumping to the land of Dawn. Game number 2 here once again. After a close action-packed game 1, we go at it for game 2. Looking to even out the series here, of course, for NIP Flash.
There you go.
And yes, there you go. It's not a mid-lane Julian. It's actually a mid-lane Martis?
Yeah, it's a mid-lane Martis. I think we have seen this in MPL SG. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad to see something crazy like this all the way from game number 2 for NIP Flash. They know if Homeboys get this game, it's going to be match point for them. So might as well try to go for something crazy now than later on in match point.
This would almost be, hold on. Wow, look at the damage already on Zorn.
The Mortal Coil, and that's going to be first blood straight up with the help of the G Kundo. Zorn saving the flicker, not giving it, or not using it just yet.
I think he was even just like, yeah, I'm going to be okay. But instead he goes down. And also real quick, looking at the emblems here. Again, just Warcry emblem here for Chibi, of course, after the previous performance. But yeah, my eyes are also going to be on this Martis, on how this is going to work in the mid lane, because this does change some of the rotations or some of the timings even for this lineup from NIP Flash. And I would really say this draft, man, is very fitting to the name. Like, they're ninjas in pajamas, man.
They're certainly ninjas in pajamas. They're something you don't expect, right? I mean, with the draft as well. I feel like the idea is, if Homeboys wants to brawl, sure, let's brawl with them. Because that's what the Martis is meant to do in these brawls. Vanix, though, taking a wrong step forward, now punished instantly by the Chain CC. And the Lycan Pounce JPL, no way to actually go in towards Zorn or Net, so he'll have to just concede that 1 kill back to Homeboys.
That's a good pickup, though, too. You know, Net's getting that early kill already in the gold lane is going to help out with the matchup against the Hereth. Of course, you know, lane-wise, it can be either or, but Turtle's up now. Objective for the taking here, and that's just going to be NIP Flash securing it very easily. So again, trading here, top lane. Get the flicker out from Diablo, so no dice there on the top.
Just a flicker. Diablo knows better than to take on Sapot, especially with the help of Udo there. Chain CC, very, very easy to do with Homeboys' composition. But we do have a game fact here. From MSC 2017 until now, chose the most picked hero, with this pick as the 158th, recording over a 56% win rate from the start of MSC.
That's, I don't know, we got to give him like a MSC skin or something.
An MSC skin?
he needs one. He's at this point, he's Mr. MSC. You know, and with the recent change to the show, I feel like that's really what put him in a position where when we made that transition to like old meta to where we are now, he fits so well in it because, you know, we've seen this so many times where it's all about the fighting, it's all about these skirmishes early on. Just against mid.
Shadow kill into the mid lane, or just the quad shadow, no shadow kill, he didn't use it. Curteasy, great mortar coil to actually escape from it, utilizing the CC in his kit and then flickering out.
Good defense. But, you know, again, Chibi can actually just visit the lane again and possibly get the next kill. Also, really, when Chibi does get the Sky Piercer, I'm not sure if he's going to follow the exact same build as previous, but once that's online, then it gets, you know, a little bit more scary, especially when you're on a Martis sitting in the mid lane. So we find ourselves once again kind of at a stalemate until 30 seconds. This Turtle's going to come up here. You can see already placements to Zorn waiting patiently there. Taking a look at the items real quick. Okay, the Sky Piercer's already online for Chibi. And on the other side, Hades hasn't locked in his first item just yet. He went for the penetration boots, so he's got that. And then over, even for the Martis here, for Curteasy, he doesn't have his just yet. So, again, Sky Piercer is going to be picked up almost all the time. First, because it's only 1,500 gold. You know, it's pretty cheap for the amount of pressure it can apply to these fights on a Hayabusa.
Yeah, and for Hades, you know, on the Julian, I think it's normal right now to see Julian just go for the Holy Crystal first item, and that's what he's pathing for in the item builds. JPL trying to find an angle now as Homeboys are first onto the second turtle of the game. Deja vu to game number 1, because that's exactly what happened as well. Hades walking forward, now going to be locked down. Zorn caught in the way of the dragon, still able to escape for now, but Vanix now, there's a Mind Force, able to dodge away from the final slash, picking up the kill. Curteasy in the mid lane will be picked off, but Nets will fall as well. In the bottom side, it's a trade, 2 for 1. The Homeboys get the turtle.
Oh, okay. JPL should be fine. He's gonna stay here, of course. Trying to annoy Sapat.
Quad Shadow in. Now the Shadow Kill. JPL flickers using the blink to escape from the Shadow Kill. Well played.
Well played. Also, they're gonna go ahead and get the turret. Really good decisions coming out here from NIP Flash. Warax is also going to be picked up now for Diablo. So, you know, still, it's the same story, Miracle. It's just like we saw from the previous game. It's just different lineups where really they're mirroring each other objectively, and even when it comes to the team fights. Earlier, you saw it was like a 3 versus 1 on both sides of the map. And so they find themselves now looking for their next objective takes. Looking for the turret, first one for Homebois.
The Dragon? The Vengeance actually cancels it just for a bit, but Curtizi will be able to pick up the Decimate right with the Chain CC together with the Enhanced Chain knockup. And now he has a Sky Piercer. That's a Decimate Sky Piercer Martis.
I was going to say, you know, you see the Holy Crystal being built up here too. Mid lane should be fine. Okay, yes. Sky Piercer Decimate. What do we even call that? Decimate Pierce?
The Sky Decimate?
What happens first, the Decimate or the... I guess the Decimate.
I think so. So, ooh. Penalty zone, locking him down. JPL able to dash forward, and it's going to be Hades who just takes him out. Final slash displacing JPL. No one following up. Nets. Now the Lycan pounce over to Panics. Hades gets an Enhanced Chain, and it's enough to disengage from the skirmish.
I don't know. It seems like there's some like hesitation as well from the Homebois.
Yeah.
Like on how they want to approach some of those fights. Because I know it's JPL. I know it's a Cho pick. I know it's the most pick since MSC. But, you know, that looked like they could have possibly gotten a kill there. But also maybe just the fact of we're respecting the fact that Hades actually has a lot of damage. He does have, you know, this Julian who's going to be able to shred through some of these members from Homebois. And again, it's a little bit tricky on trying to even capitalize a kill on Martis. JPL again.
Wait, the Dragon straight into the penetration, but no Decimate just yet. Sapat able to flicker full out of that skirmish. Now Zorn gonna be caught by the damage coming from Zaman Force. The Shadow Kill comes in to deal some damage. Curtizi using a Mortal Coil. Chibi dancing left and right, but will finally be caught by Curtizi on the Martis, who gets a double.
Gets a double. That's a Decimate Pierce. The Sky Piercer Decimate combination is too much for Homebois to handle.
Skibbity Martis.
Skibbity Martis, mid lane.
Knock up, forcing to purify. I'm a bit from Diablo, but the final slash catches them. Zorn unable to capitalize on that final slash, and it's actually him who gets picked off.
Oh man, again, Homebois, like you're wondering, was just this too much of a feint? As we look at the STC replay here, great initiation again, even under the turret. And they get a kill off of all of that. So, you know, Homebois, they got to be wondering, scratch fans like, okay.
Look at that.
Yeah, see that? They were so stunned by the replay that they stayed in time. But for Homebois, man, again, it's kind of like, where do we turn things around? Looking at the items real quick, Sapat is not where he needs to be. All he has is a Warax. And honestly, I feel like he gets whittled down. Oh, going for him again?
JPO, the G Kundo, Sapat used the penalty zone, but he gets knocked up, gets decimated, gets pierced, gets everything. Everything.
He gets thrown in a Zaman Force. You know, and that's what I was going to go when I was looking at Sapat. Even the previous fight before he just got blown up now was, man, you know, I feel like it's just confusion. Like he's swinging that big mace in a Zaman Force and everything is so difficult to lock down, even with the penalty zone, because of the way that even this Martis fits the bill here for this NIP Flash lineup. And so they find themselves, the shields are being popped, of course, from Homebois already this early on. Lord is still 30 seconds away, so this is a big advantage for NIP Flash.
Massive. The fact that they got a holy defense already in the bottom lane with the base turret there without the Lord is impressive. How they've been able to utilize this early game composition has been great, but one thing stays true, which is how are they going to deal with the mid-game threat? Because technically for Homebois, they still have that to play with, right? Around the neutral objectives as well. They have a very, very good combo. That is bad timing for saying good combo because the final slash literally just missed. But for NIP Flash, this should just be a free Lord. They were all in the bottom lane, so NIP Flash capitalized on it. They weren't even able to go for any trade. They tried to get a kill on JPL. I think even if they did get that, it wouldn't really have been worth it.
JPL would have still accomplished his mission. You know, it's pretty much just to be a nuisance to Homebois right now.
Oh, I'm offended, but it's also Spot. 3-man final slash now in the penalty zone. Locking him down. Eternal guard down on the back line. Chibi goes in for the shadow kill. Dealing some damage. Spot able to dash or get out now. As Curtizi gets over the border. Coil away the dragon. JPL finding the flicker play as Hades locks him down. And Vanix executes him. NIP Flash now looking to utilize the Lord.
This is, again, so impressive what they've been able to accomplish with this lineup. And man, I don't know, my personal MVP already is going to be JPL here because he has been a nuisance to Homeboys. And now Lord making its way on the bottom side. They're going to try to defend. JPL going to go in again.
Good terrified, but he wants to bait out some of these resources. 2-man Jikundo. He's not enough time, but Diablo is going to be caught with the final slash. Able to find the Donor Wolf King, but will not be able to escape. Support penalty zone. Locking Vanix down, but he does still have his Mod Force, and the Decimate gets rid of him. Curtizi looking for one more. TVO going to be caught by the Decimate, but the Piercer doesn't execute him. He's still able to get out with the Quad Shadow, but they have cracked the base open. That's one base turret in the bottom lane taken down.
Okay, Homeboys gonna be okay. STC replay here. You're looking at JPL goes in, trying to just actually force this. He's supposed to die in the exchange there, and then they want to get that turret. And they probably could have got a couple kills, but instead they have to go in the defensive. Good try there from Homeboys to even cap out on some kills. But ultimately, it's Chibi that survive. And with that, again, they bought themselves some more time. JPL goes in with Conceal, is not going to find anything. Gets information, though, here, at least for this purple buff. And Homeboys, I mean, you're looking at it, they're kind of forced to stay together because of what JPL's capable of doing. Not just JPL, Diablo, too. Whenever that flicker is available, he's been doing it time and time again. The I'm Offended flicker combination on this Ruby has been hell to deal with for Homeboys. So now finding themselves once again on this defensive mode. It's more so like we just gotta farm up. BOD was just picked up here, but I don't know, man. How much time does Homeboys need to equalize things here?
I don't know. I think it really depends on Nets. But even then, he's actually opted to go for a little bit more of a defensive utility build with a Thunder build.
Yep.
And the Endless Battle for his item. That's a build that I don't really see too often. So already a very interesting build path. But speaking of interesting, Hunter Strike, normal. Sky Piercer, normal. Queen's Wings, third item, by the way, for Curtizi. So his plan is, I go in, I get a kill, and hopefully I get out.
Hopefully I get out with the wings, but also the Mortal Coil. Like that. That's what I'm saying. The way team fights go, it's really difficult for Homeboys because if you're looking at the lineup from NIP Flash, it's like, how do you catch some of these guys? You know, they're literally, again, it's ninja-like in a way, and they're going to be able to go ahead and just get this Lord because Homeboys, it's so difficult for them to fight. They're way too late to approach this. I'm not sure. Diablo could possibly force a situation, but they don't. They take the discipline route. They're like, you know what? We're going to go ahead, wait for the Lord to come in. We got 2 base turrets to knock down from Homeboys, and then here we are 1-1 in the series. They could possibly be a game-winning push here. Depending on how this goes, they're probably going to take the purple buff as well. Divine Glaive now locked into for Vanix. So for Homeboys, I'm really just thinking here, you know, 8,000 gold behind. You somehow need to withstand the pick-off potential that's going to be forced from NIP Flash as they kind of just have to watch. Oh, hold on, Zorn.
And that's Shane canceling out that final slash, but for them, it's all about utilizing the Lord, right? They don't want to get too aggressive, but right as I say that, that's concealed from JPL. Riverji Kundo possibly onto Udil, uses the Shunpo, and he was able to zone them away from that base turret. Easy take for NIP Flash, as now they're looking for the final base turret up top. Chibi sent to deal with it. Hades now looking for it. Shadow kill used up, the Winter Crown is there. Chibi dashes forward, watch out, JPL with Away the Dragon, and Diablo takes him out. Final penalty zone onto 3 members. That's going to enhance Chain to knock them off. Straight into Vanix's damage. On this Mod Force, Vanix going wild. Jake getting a triple kill as Curtizi goes godlike. NIP Flash 1-1.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have a series on our hands.